never start anything you're not prepared to finish.
Compassionate.
I see a family that still loves each other, and I'm glad to see it.
And firm.
The only thing that matters in this particular courtroom, sir, is how I see it.
Watch Equal Justice with Judge Ebony K. Williams.
Weekdays on WZMQ CBS.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Kevin Hodge. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, President-elect Trump says he will be looking at pardoning some of the people convicted in the January 6th attack. Our Washington, D.C. correspondent Rachel Knapp has the latest. Plus, we'll hear from farmers on how Trump's plan to deport millions of illegal immigrants might have on their industry. And with the manager of the Delta County Airport set to step away from the position, we'll hear what he wants to change before he departs. Your 19 News at 6 starts now.
Live from the UP, this is WZMQ 19 News at 6.
We're looking at mostly cloudy skies for tonight, and I might squeeze out a few flurries here and there. A touch of freezing drizzle. Don't think it'll amount to much, though. Notice a steady drop in temperatures as a front goes by. We go from southwest to northwest winds. We'll be down into the lower 20s by daybreak, and that's going to be the case across much of the region. These are evening temperatures, and they'll be dropping steadily. Some lake effect coming in to the western shores of Lake Superior later tonight as well. More on the rest of the forecast later in the show. Kevin?
Thank you, Tom. President-elect Donald Trump says some congressional members of the committee that investigated the January 6th U.S. Capitol attack should go to jail. Our Washington, D.C. correspondent Rachel Knapp joins us live from the U.S. Capitol. Rachel, good evening.
Good evening, Kevin. So those comments that the president-elect made was during an interview yesterday. He also said that on his first day back in office, he's going to look at pardoning those January 6 rioters. Now, Trump did say that there could be some exceptions to his pardons if someone was radical or crazy. Now, according to online sources, a little more than 1,500 people have been charged and more than 1,200 have pleaded guilty or been convicted in that U.S. Capitol attack. Hundreds have been sentenced already, and many are still serving out their sentences. Now, the incoming president has also zeroed in on that House January 6th Select Committee, which investigated the Capitol attack. He said committee members should go to jail. Trump said he will not ask the Department of Justice or the FBI to arrest them, but that his nominees should look into it themselves. Now, after January 6th and after he left office, Trump has faced 4 separate criminal cases. He has claimed that there has been a weaponization of the federal government towards him. Now, before the elections, Trump has said previously that he would use federal agencies to go after his political rivals if he was to win back the White House. Now, Kevin, former Congresswoman Liz Cheney, who was part of that January 6th Select Committee, is speaking out following those comments made by the incoming president. She told the New York Times on those comments that they are, quote, an assault on the rule of law and the foundations on our republic. Reporting live for WZMQ 19 News, I'm Rachel Knapp. Kevin, back to you.
Rachel, thank you very much. A major campaign promise for President-elect Donald Trump is seeing some pushback in the agricultural community. Our other Washington, D.C. correspondent Brendan Scanlon spoke with experts and lawmakers to explore the impacts of mass deportations on farmers and the economy.
A major campaign promise for President-elect Donald Trump could soon become a reality.
We will begin the largest deportation operation in American history.
But what impact could mass deportations have on an industry that relies heavily on undocumented migrants?
And this means that those farmers that depend on these workers to harvest our crops would be without labor.
According to the USDA, nearly half of hired crop workers in the country are undocumented.
These are dirty and physically demanding as well as dangerous jobs.
Mary Jo Dudley is the director of the Cornell Farm Worker Program. She says without hands to help harvest,
that would lead to crop loss. Food would become very expensive. This would likely lead to an increase in imported goods.
Aside from labor impacts, Dudley says mass deportations could also carry major financial ramifications.
Immigrants contribute $59 billion in federal taxes.
It's important to listen closely to what President Trump is saying, and it's really, initially, it's focusing on criminals, gang members.
In Washington, House Agriculture Committee Chairman Glenn Thompson says his committee is working on legislation to ensure farmers, ranchers, and processors have the help they need year-round.
If enacted, would really help to provide certainty for agricultural workforce, which supports food security and, quite frankly, national security.
His message to the agricultural community:
that we've got their back. The Agriculture Committee has their back in a bipartisan way.
Reporting in Washington, Brendan Scanlon, WZMQ 19 News.
A former Delta County insurance agent will serve jail time for embezzlement in April. 71-year-old Richard Jensen pled no contest to stealing money from his clients at Michigan Farm Bureau Insurance. Today, he was sentenced to repay just over $61,600 in restitution. He will also serve 4 months in the Delta County Jail as part of his 2-year probation.
He dodged a more severe sentence by the grace of a plea bargain reached in the case, but also I think the fact that he didn't have a prior criminal record at 71 years of age.
The judge was very thorough. He reviewed all the victim impact statements, and there were numerous. We don't normally see that. You see the dollars and cents, but you can't see the stress or the pain or even the gravity of what could have happened because of Mr. Jensen's actions.
Michigan Farm Bureau Insurance has paid much of the money owed to the victims while Jensen works towards restitution. Officials at the Delta County Airport are looking to make changes following the resignation of the airport's manager and assistant manager last week. Among several reasons manager Robert Randstadler gave for resigning, he said the Airport Advisory Board did not act in a timely manner when management asked for a pay increase, which the board said would require a personnel review. Today, he asked the board to form a subcommittee to update and clarify its bylaws, encouraging them to take a more active role by advocating for airport management at county commission meetings. He said it would also make the advisory board more accountable for conditions at the airport.
I know you've said, and I understand that the answer for many, many years has been no, we can't do that, no, we can't do this. That doesn't mean we can't keep beating the drum.
The Airport Advisory Board appointed 2 of its members to a subcommittee to review the board's bylaws. With last winter behind us, winter sports enthusiasts are hoping for more normal winter conditions this season. Marquette Mountain has been making snow since late November. The ski resort has been able to lay down a decent base with their snowmaking equipment. The goal is to maintain the man-made snow with the hopes of adding more natural snow later in the week. According to Marquette Mountain's general manager, Kate Johnson, the resort is scheduled to open on the 14th of December.
Opening day, weather permitting, nothing changes drastically, will be December 14th at noon. So the 14th and 15th, we plan on offering discounts on tickets and rentals for everybody. And then, regular season hours starts the following weekend.
Johnson says as long as we get freezing temperatures during the overnight hours, snowmaking can continue. The snowmaking machines have been running almost non-stop for 2 weeks. We have your first warning weather forecast coming up after the break. Plus, Jim Koski is here and has a message for Mother Nature for life in the 906. And later we'll hear about some of the dangers that goes into decorating for the holiday season. There's about 160 injuries every day this time of year. We'll be right back after this.
John's Auto has been voted the #1 dealer to buy pre-owned vehicle for longer than I've been alive. If you're looking for a vehicle, or if you're looking for someone to help with your current car, or if you need to get yours looking like new again, come see us at John's Auto Sales and Service, Marquette.
Woohoo! Get a free bet. Gambling ads are getting pretty hard to ignore. Bet now. Free bet. Bet now. Free bet. Bet for free. Bet. Free bet. Free bet. Free bet. If you choose to gamble, make sure you play it safe. For tips that will help, go to don'tregretthebet.org. A message from the Michigan Gaming Control Board.
The Jennifer Hudson Show is so festive. Do y'all see these decorations? Plus, from Lifetime's The Holiday Junkie, Jennifer Love Hewitt. Then Pat Houston and Ricky Minor, Remember Whitney. You better tell the people. And the selfless woman who saved the stranger. I have chills right now.
The Jennifer Hudson Show, tomorrow at 5 on WZMQ TV CBS, followed by 19 News at 6.
Is your parents' car sounding funny? Do you hear any clunks, rattles, squeaks, or leaks? Tell them to call John's Auto Service Department for fast, friendly, and affordable service. Come see us at John's Auto Sales and Service, Marquette.
This is extreme crime. To catch him, they'll use every trick in the book.
We were operating against ghosts, and ghosts are tough to find.
Top investigators and police use the latest forensic science to uncover the truth and solve real cases. The devil is always in the details. Forensic Factor.
News when you need it on WZMQ19.com and the 19 News app. Now, WZMQ TV 19 First Warning Weather with meteorologist Tom DeVecchio.
You get a little break from the wintertime snow that we've had the past couple of days here. We're looking at fairly tranquil weather for the balance of tonight into Tuesday. We'll squeeze out maybe a little bit of precipitation, but not much here. Wednesday looks like our big lake effect day, where we'll see a rebound in the lake effect snows. Even here in Marquette, we should see some accumulations. Highest amounts will be in the traditional snow belts on that northwesterly flow, mainly on the west side of the Upper Peninsula. Then very cold air, some of the coldest air of the season will be coming in. The frigid hit at the end of the week. I don't think it'll lead to a lot of snow, but boy, it's going to lead to some bitter cold temperatures. Here's that northwest flow on the future winds as we head toward the balance of tonight into tomorrow. Nothing big time here as far as the winds go, but with that flow, as you might guess, again, the Houghton toward Iron Mountain there, or Ironwood, excuse me, would have the best chance of seeing some of the better snowfall amounts. And here again for tonight and into tomorrow, not a lot. Some limited lake effect here on Tuesday. The better chance will be on Wednesday as an upper level wave comes in. We get some enhancement early in the morning, again from Houghton toward Ashland. And then as we go through the rest of Wednesday, we'll see the better chances of those snowfall amounts across the rest of the Upper Peninsula. So into this morning, maybe a couple of inch or so along the western shores there, but the rest of you getting less than an inch and even hardly nothing for the balance of tonight. Then into tomorrow, again, not a lot here, except again for maybe a couple of inches from lawns west toward the shores of the Upper Peninsula. Marquette, not seeing any for you. And then here it comes on Wednesday, big amounts here on the west. Even Marquette, we may get a couple of inches here with smaller amounts as we head on the shores of Lake Michigan. So for tonight, again, mostly cloudy, a little bit of light snow here and there, particularly in the west. Temperatures dropping into the 20s toward daybreak. We'll stay in the 20s as we head on through most of tomorrow. Snow showers primarily on the western areas with that lake effect. And then snow more likely here for Wednesday, all areas, including Marquette, maybe a couple of inches here. Look at this, down to the teens, single digits for nighttime lows. The air will be quite dry, quite stable, so I'm not big on a lot of lake effect here. In fact, it may stay dry. Light snow comes in for the weekend as another weather system comes in from the west, and notice a steady warm-up into the mid-30s for Sunday and into the early part of next week.
Thanks, Tom. Coming up on Insights, we're joined by the Executive Director of the United Way of Marquette County. We're talking about some volunteer opportunities you can take part in this holiday season. That conversation coming up in 2 minutes.
Oh, what do we have here?
No idea.
What happened?
No clue.
What brought us here?
Some crazy story about a car driving itself.
Why is a remote-controlled carjacker killing anyone?
That is interesting.
What's interesting? Someone's hacked into the car.
For NCIS to have its own vehicle stolen right out from under its nose, I mean, how cringe is that?
Why don't you save your cringes and just find our car?
NCIS is all new CBS tonight at 9/8 Central and streaming on Paramount+.
Give the ultimate gift this holiday season with power tools from Menards. Bosch power tools are engineered to handle the toughest jobs, and Menards carries over 75 Bosch tools in stock. Whether you need to rip, cut, drill, or drive, Bosch power tools provide the power you need for tackling the toughest jobs. Now at Menards. Buy a select Bosch 18-volt tool and get a free 18-volt 4-amp-hour battery kit.
season's greetings to you all from Menards.
When I told Beth that metastatic breast cancer can change over time, she was surprised. That's because in nearly 1 out of 2 people, breast cancer can develop an ESR1 mutation.
I'm the ESR1 out of 2.
Are you the ESR1? Talk to your doctor to find out.
These hands create. All of the materials I work with dry out my hands. If my hands get really dry, I can't do my job. I depend on O'Keeffe's.
It's America's #1 selling hand cream for guaranteed relief.
If it works for these hands, it'll work for yours.
Also available in O'Keeffe's for healthy feet.
Buckle's Party Store. It's where the party starts in Calumet with an awesome beer selection featuring domestic, foreign, and craft brew beer, a great selection of wine, just about any kind of liquor you want, and a great range of tobacco products. Buckle's Party Store in Calumet. It's where the party starts for everyone.
The UP is a great place, but sometimes the weather changes quickly. You'll always be ready with a WZMQ 19 mobile app. Available free right now from the App Store. Your local weather power tool from WZMQ 19. You're watching WZMQ 19 News, live and local, with Kevin Hodge.
Welcome back, everyone. It's the time of year for giving, and the United Way of Marquette County has a number of volunteer opportunities through Upers United during the holidays. Joining us tonight is the Executive Director, Andrew Rickauer. Andrew, always glad to have you come in with us.
Yeah, thanks for having me tonight.
All right, so what do we have to cover for the holidays? What kind of volunteer opportunities are we looking at?
So we've got a lot of things going on. We got Kiwanis Club Marquette is putting on a free holiday meal. So anyone who wants a meal delivered or to come pick one up can get one, but it also lends to volunteer opportunities.
Right.
So need help preparing the meals, putting them in their to-go containers and either making deliveries or taking them out to people's vehicles. So lots of opportunities there.
And how many people does that help out this time of the year?
They're going to serve over 450 meals.
Oh, wow.
That day. All happens Christmas Eve, so a lot of meals going out in a short time.
Excellent. What else do we have going on?
So there's always Adopt a Family. A lot of families in need in Marquette. You can go online to Upers United and check out, select the family you want, ranging in size from, a single parent with 1 child to there's families of 6 or 7 on there. So determine which family you want to adopt and help them out.
And what else does that entail, Andrew?
It's really as far as you want to take it as a volunteer. They give the kids sizes, age, and interest, and then you can purchase for 1 child, you can purchase for the family, you can also purchase a nice holiday meal for them if you want.
Sure. All right, and I know you got more opportunities as well. Fill us in.
Yeah, so there's also some non-holiday things happening on the same holiday page, but you can start getting the luge track ready for luging, icing, clearing, checking people in, because anybody can go and do some luging, even if they're not part of the club. There's that. Habitat is always looking this time of year to close in some houses before it gets too cold and snowy, so lots of opportunities there. And then there's, back to holidays, stocking stuffers for like Propylon or Jansen House are always looking for stocking stuffers for their residents.
Can you tell us what kind of things you were looking to stock those stuff those stockings with? It took me way too long to figure out.
So it's just a lot of just small, basic things, basic essentials, socks. Clothing's always important. Hats, gloves, some food items that they can easily have.
Sure.
And just little games. The other thing that's Propylon, not only the stocking stuffers, but they're looking for holiday craft buddies. So anyone who wants to go over there and do some craft projects or sit and enjoy a holiday movie with the guests there, they're always welcome to have people come and do that stuff.
Right, and I know you're looking for people who can fill out some cards for people as well, maybe some of the older generation or veterans.
Yeah, so we've got holiday card making for seniors, for vets, and for homeless. So you can pick the group you want or help all of them and make some homemade cards and send some good greetings to them.
Excellent. I know you're looking for a social media manager too, right?
Yes, we do need social media help. If you've been to United Ways or Upers United website or social media pages, you know that we could use some help. So.
Sure. Any certain skills you want them to have?
As long as they're comfortable with social media, I've got some people that can help train them if they want to advance their skills, some social media experts. But yeah, just looking for someone that's willing to lend a hand and has a little bit of experience with it.
Excellent. All right, Andrew, anything else?
No, that should wrap it up for today.
All right, and if you want to check out any of those opportunities, just head to upersunited.com. And Andrew, thank you so much for coming in, as always. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. And still to come on your 19 News, Jim Koski is talking to Mother Nature for life in the 906. And we'll hear how so many people are injured while decorating for the holidays and how you can prevent it from happening to you.
Coming up tonight on the CBS Evening News, the rapid collapse of Syria's regime. Our new reporting from the region as rebel forces swiftly take control, why Syrians are celebrating in the streets, plus the concern in the U.S. of an ISIS resurgence. That and more headlines tonight here on the CBS Evening News.
Shop hundreds of Lazy Boys at Kirkish Furniture in Houghton. Kick back in comfort in an industry-leading recliner. Choose from all fabrics, colors, and sizes with prices starting as low as $4.99 plus free delivery. Shop Kirkish Furniture in Houghton today.
Morning, Rando. What's the word?
Not much. Lala and Gibbs just booked a drunk sailor so that guy you passed can go get some action.
What?
We got a whole team in there working their butts off.
Mary Jo, what are you still doing on the line?
If I hang up, the call will disconnect.
Hold the perimeter till I say the word. Moving in for a closer look. You're safe.
NCIS Origins is all new CBS tonight, 10/9 Central, and streaming on Paramount Plus.
For most people, their second biggest purchase is their vehicle.
It matters what you buy and who you buy it from.
Selection matters.
Riverside has 7 dealerships and 10 different brands.
Certified matters. Shop our huge inventory of certified vehicles at riversidehasIt.com. Trade-in values matter. Riverside gives you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us.
Selection, quality, and price. What matters to you matters to us at Riverside Auto Group.
My first experience was probably 15 years ago. We have a 98 Ford Explorer, and we bought from a previous owner. We've only had it like maybe 7 years, and there's not a spot of rust on it. The previous owners had it undercoated at auto owners. This vehicle, we just had the undercoating here because up here in the UP, our winters are harsh, and if you have a nice automobile, you want to keep it nice. The staff is amazing, super friendly, accommodating, they're awesome. Definitely recommend auto owners.
Who'll be there when amazing rises up or need for a warning comes falling down? Will you? Start a career in the broadcasting industry. Be there. Go to BeThereMichigan.com.
Welcome back, everyone. Joining us now is one of Marquette's proudest sons, at least I think so, Jim Koski. Jim, what message do you have for us today?
Well, Kevin, I have a letter I have written to Mother Nature. Would you like to hear it?
I would.
Okay. Dear Mother Nature, hi, it's Jim again. I'm writing this open letter on behalf of the 300,000 people who call the UP home. As you know, we like you a lot. That's not a surprise when you live in a place where there are 1,000 trees for every person. And I do understand that we're in an area where the weather can be interesting. But the past 11 days, Mother Nature? Really? I mean, I don't want to criticize, but between the cold temperatures, the dark skies, the rain, and so much snow that even Santa Claus takes a look and says, okay, that's enough, we've been a little overwhelmed. And that's the reason for this letter. Like I said, I'm not here to criticize, but the past 11 days have made it feel like you're a merchant who stocked up on way too much inventory last year. Let's call that inventory bad weather. It just didn't sell, and now you're trying to unload it at bargain prices just to get rid of it. At least that's what the last 11 days have felt like. We're hoping that's the case, that the past 11 days were just an inventory reduction sale and that things will soon return to normal. But if it isn't, I'm not really sure that we're up for a winter that could include, the way things are going, More major snows, temperatures below zero, temperatures above 60, normal rain, freezing rain, fog, wind chills, ice thunder, at least 2 tornado warnings, and who knows, just to top it all off, a plague of locusts. Because if the past 11 days have shown us anything, it's that this year you're willing to try everything. But we hope it doesn't come to that. After all, we've had a pretty good relationship over the years, and while that relationship did hit a few bumps last winter, we're hoping you're not going to take it out on us this winter. Fingers crossed. Thanks for listening, Mother Nature. Your pal, Jim. I'm Jim Koski, and that's another slice of life in the 906.
Jim, thank you very much as always. And don't forget to join Jim weekday afternoons on Q107 WMQT. According to the Consumer Product Safety Commission, there are around 160 decorating-related injuries every day during the holiday season, and sometimes those accidents can be deadly. Christine Lazar reports.
Last year, on Christmas Day, firefighters rushed to a Miami area home after the Christmas tree caught fire, leaving behind major damage. No one was injured, but in 2021, a similar situation near Philadelphia turned deadly. Investigators believe a faulty electric star on top of a dry tree led to the fire that killed a father and 2 of his children.
Why is it so important that we make sure that our Christmas tree is watered?
If your Christmas tree isn't watered, it gets dry really fast, and a dry tree can go up in a burst of flames.
Alexander Hohen-Sarek is chair of the Consumer Product Safety Commission, which set up this demonstration to show just how fast it can happen. Both trees are set on fire with a device at the bottom. The one on the left is watered and the flame smolders. The one on the right is dry, and in seconds, the ceiling is engulfed in flames. Experts say candles can also pose a danger. It's important to not place them next to anything flammable. And every year, people get hurt putting up decorations. During the 2023 holiday season, nearly 15,000 people were treated for decorating-related injuries.
We see a lot of falls around this time of year, mostly from people using ladders. Have somebody there to spot you when you're using a ladder. Put the ladder on a firm, flat surface to ensure that it's not going to tip over.
If you are using that ladder to put up lights, make sure there are no frayed wires or loose sockets. A simple step that can prevent a tragedy this holiday season.
Safety experts say it's also important not to overload electrical outlets. And if you buy an artificial tree, make sure it has a fire-resistant label and is certified by a respected laboratory. Now don't go away. Tom DeVecchio has a final look at weather for you when we come back.
Fox Friends and Family pricing for everyone. Lease a 2025 Chevy Equinox LT all-wheel drive for $399 a month for 36 months with $1,000 due at signing. Together, let's drive. Fox Marquette Chevrolet. Experience the difference.
We are here around the clock in all weather. Your home away from home in medical crisis. We've seen it all, weddings through holidays. We don't have all the answers, but we're always present. It isn't for the thank you. We do it for our guests like Tom, Pam, and Nora. And your support brings warmth and comfort to families in need. Please donate today and help us make it home.
This Christmas, come to Chickadee's in downtown Houghton and Marquette. Over 600 designs of novelty socks and warm alpaca socks, fashion apparel, jewelry, and warm Village House hats. Get cozy with new Lazy One blanket hoodies and sleepwear. Wake up with Upper coffee in our new color-changing mug. We have Lake Superior and Michigan gel candles with an agate or Petoskey stone. And beautiful UP jewelry, inspirational natural life gifts, and hand-carved Dolphy ornaments and nativities. Merry Christmas from everyone at Chickadee's in Houghton and Marquette.
Betting online could be fun, but if you don't set spending limits, you could turn your life upside down. For more tips that will help, go to don'tregretthebet.org. A message from the Michigan Gaming Control Board.
Friends and family pricing for everyone. Lease a 2025 Silverado 1500 Custom Crew Cab 4-wheel drive for $489 a month for 36 months with $1,500 due at signing. Together, let's drive. Fox Marquette Chevrolet. Experience the difference.
Little light snow for tonight, mainly along the western shores, and that trend will continue into Tuesday, and maybe an inch or two on the western shores there. But Marquette, not seeing any accumulation here. By the end of Wednesday, though, a couple of inches Marquette and some pretty good amounts here, particularly toward Ironwood on that northwest flow as we head toward Wednesday. After that, frigid air comes in Thursday into Friday. Some very cold temperatures, colds that we've seen in the season before it warms up for the upcoming weekend. Kevin?
Thanks, Tom. And finally tonight, volunteers gathered in eastern Michigan on Saturday to partake in an initiative to deliver gifts and toys to foster children across the state over the holidays. The program, known as Operation Good Cheer, was organized by child and family charities and mobilized hundreds of volunteers and pilots to deliver over 20,000 gifts to 6,700 children across the state. Images and video posted by Michigan State Police show volunteers loading up an aircraft with gifts and toys on Saturday morning in Wayne County. And that's all the time we have for tonight, folks. But we'll see you again at 11:10 Central.